Mercedes W14. Oh hi guys. Yeah, welcome back to another video. Okay, yes, I have been gone for a while and I have some excuses of why I have not uploaded recently. Alright, the reason is my phone really has low storage, so didn't have enough space to make these videos. Lastly, I have recently got a new laptop, which I'm uploading from it right now, so I thought it's better upload videos on it and wait for the 2023 season to start to make these analysis videos that I enjoy making. Finally, now we can move on to the video. If you want to find out more why I have been absent, comment below and ask me any questions and I will try answer. Alright, enjoy. We are back talking about the silver arrows. After one of Mercedes' worst seasons since the turbo hybrid era began, they are hoping they can get back to competing for championships this season. But Mercedes have other competitors like Ferrari and Red Bull to catch up on, especially after Red Bull dominated 2022 season by a fine margin, but at the end Mercedes were fighting for wins and at some stage faster than Scuderia Ferrari, which evidently got Mercedes their only win at Sao Paulo. However, this season, after the tricky W13 last season, Mercedes has changed a lot about their car this upcoming season, and today, I'm going to tell you what the team have done with the car during the winter and what's being said in pre-season testing before the Bahrain Grand Prix starts this Sunday. Let me tell you the upgrades that the Brackley-based team has brought to the Mercedes F1 W14e performance. The Mercedes W14 side pods continue to follow the Zeropods concept, but there have been tweaks. While the team based in Brixworth and Brackley continue to have faith in this design, the position of the inlets have changed and are much higher up than before. This will lead to dynamic changes, which Lewis Hamilton and George Russell will definitely feel, and it will be interesting to see what difference this makes to their performance. However, Toto Wolff has said that the Zeropods concept may not necessarily be in practice all season, so we may see their philosophy adapt when upgrades are made throughout the season. They are already different than what we saw in 2022. The side pods on the W14 are still slim, but now have a small ramp on the top based on the Red Bull model, just not as extreme. As a result, air should pass through the pods for much longer than those on the W13. Upon first look at the W14, the most notable change from its predecessor is the overall design of the front nose. A much shorter nose has been adopted, and the spearhead of the wing now forms more of a triangular shape, much like Ferrari's in 2022. Subsequently, the front wing end plates have been moved a lot closer to the nose of the car. This will have a great impact on how the car behaves heading into a corner, and could provide massive gains if proven successful. There are also signs that Alpine's rear wing design has borne fruit, although multiple teams first began adopting this at midway through the 2022 season, so nothing is profoundly new here. Now finally, other changes Mercedes have made for their 2023 Challenger include a new position for the cooling inlets on the sides of the car, a slight alteration to the shark fin design, and an update to the floor underneath the bodywork in a bid to maximize the ground effect. Now that I told you the changes of the W14 Challenger, now let's talk about the pre-season testing and the future of the W14 this upcoming season. At the first day of pre-season testing, there was promising news from Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff. Confirmed there's minimal bouncing on the W14, aside from a little on display at turn 12. He says it's not performance limiting. However, the second day of pre-season testing looked worrying for the Silver Arrows, after the day was over when Mercedes at the end couldn't be able to continue their afternoon session. There were apparently pictures of a team meeting involving Toto, Lewis, George, Mike Elliott and other engineers took place quickly after the end of this afternoon session. It was revealed that 3 was hydraulic issue. Mercedes also suffered from a strange loss of downforce on the front axle. The cause couldn't be identified yet. Hope is that the night service provides an explanation. Toto, we're a bit lost, as we don't know where we stand right now. Also, according to Amos, the sensor that would tell Mercedes why they suffered a hydraulic failure also failed. Therefore, that day the W14 was completely dismantled overnight in order to get to the bottom of the problem. Here was George Russell's reaction to the day to afternoon session in talking about the issues he faced.
It was being a pretty smooth test. Unfortunately, we had the issue this afternoon, so we lost a lot of running. But I think we've uncovered some interesting things in the data that hopefully will find us some more lap time.
After the difficult day Mercedes faced yesterday, it was massive improvement in the final day of pre-season testing, with British driver Lewis Hamilton only 3.5 tenths off Sergio Perez in the Red Bull, which went on to be the fastest on the final day of pre-season testing. Here are Lewis Hamilton's thoughts on the last day of pre-season testing and how he still thinks that Mercedes have a long way to go.
It's been an interesting few days, one of which it's never easy. There's been a lot of discovery. I think the thing that I've been most impressed with is, it's my 11th year with the team, and everyone's turned up with the same mentality, working hard. No one's been complacent. We realize that we have a mountain to climb, and no one's fussed. Everyone's just kept their heads down. So I'm really proud of that. Everyone in the garage, everyone back here, and I know everyone back at the factory will be churning through all this data and pushing on. So reliability has generally been good. Obviously we had a stop yesterday, but generally it's been relatively good. And at the end there, it's always nice when the track gets a bit cooler and you put on the softer tires and see the steps between them all. We're not quite where we want to be, but it's a good platform to start from.
Looks like the porpoising's gone from what we've been told and what we can tell, but it does still look like there's a lack of straight line speed at the moment. Is that a big area of concern for you right now?
I mean, it was last year and it is a little bit this year. Bouncing has gone, so I mean, we have, sometimes it occurs a little bit, but most of the time it's not there. So it's just a much beautiful world to be in when it's not bouncing, so you can actually see the road ahead. And better for the body. But yeah, we do have some pace to pick up in a straight line.
And just finally for me, I mean, there are 23 races this year. It's not going to be won and lost this in the first 5 races. So what's your feeling right now compared to what it was 12 months ago at the end of testing?
Oh God.
If you can remember.
I just think everyone was distraught at the end of the first test last year. None of us knew what was happening with the bouncing, where it came from. We had not seen it in the wind tunnel. We meant to bring 1.5 seconds upgrade and we couldn't use it. So that was difficult, and I think everyone left here with their head in their hands. But we got over it and we pushed through, and we had an amazing year of just like hustling and just everyone grafting. This year we have some things we need to work on. It's still not perfect, and we're still not able to match the Red Bulls currently, or the Ferraris maybe, but as I said, it is better. There are things that have changed. The bouncing has gone, and there are a couple of elements that have been better so far. So who knows where we'll be next week? Just got to stay positive. We've got to manifest what we want and just continue to push, and that's what we live for. So.
Now what can we expect from the W14 onwards in the future, and where they look like in the pecking order this season?
According to technical director Mike Elliott, confirms that there is a sidepod upgrade on the way. It will not be a copy of Red Bull or Ferrari, however, an evolution of the current concept. It's not going to look like anyone else's car. It's going to look like an evolution of ours.
According to Amos, adjusting factors such as fuel levels, engine mode, and asphalt temperature, the Red Bull is estimated to be 2.24 tenths faster than Ferrari and 6 tenths faster than Mercedes. But it is worth noting Mercedes will bring a lower downforce wing for the weekend that is more suitable for the Bahrain circuit, so that gap may be smaller. Interestingly, F1's analysis ranks Mercedes as the second best qualifying car, 28 off of Red Bull, and the third best race car, 27 off of Red Bull. Another quote from Mike Elliott, Mercedes technical director, reveals Mercedes will have upgrades coming to the W14 from the very first races of the season. Even Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff says to Sky Italy that the W14 is not at the level of Ferrari and RB. The W14 is better than W13, it doesn't bounce, and there is much More understanding, upgrades will arrive during the first part of the season that will make the car look like the others. There are rumors that Mercedes is pushing to have its real W14 ready for Baku, as they prepare an update package. The current specification is something of a transition spec, with changes including sidepod modifications in the pipeline, and will be able to challenge for race wins this season. Guys, where do you think Mercedes will finish in the constructors, and do you think they can return back to their glory days and fight against Red Bull and Ferrari? Let me know on the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe to grow this channel to wider audience. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. And by the way guys, I think Mercedes will win 7 races this season. Alright, take care, enjoy the season opener.